The number one thing that advisors talk about is how do I get in front of more people? First and foremost, I want to introduce myself. I'm Robert Van Erlen, business strategist for the Senior Advisory Group, and I work with a lot of you on this call. I kind of went through the list. I can see all the names, and some of you haven't talked to for a while, but definitely want to say appreciate your business. And for those that are new on the call, you're going to understand how to really how we work with some of our marketing firms, developing a strategic advantage for you that can help you grow your business. Because if we help you grow your business, we're helping you grow our business. One of the things I do want to let you know is that our marketers are also on this call, Senior Advisory Group marketers. And throughout the call, I'm going to mention this number. If you don't have it, 1-800-256-1696. Feel free to give us a call and talk to your marketers in more details, and they can tell you a lot more about this program. We partnered with Smart Leads on a very effective program, something new, something that there's some components of the program they're only doing with us, and we're really happy about that. And for those that are contracted with us, you can take immediate advantage of some of the things that we are doing here at Senior Advisory Group. And for those that are not contracted with us, this might definitely encourage you to do so, especially if you want to really begin to own what we call own your backyard. And on the call with me today, and I wanted him to introduce himself, is Justin Abar. He is Smart Leads Vice President of Sales, and he and I have been working together on developing some very strategic programs, special pricing, all sorts of things that we can offer our advisors. Justin, why don't you give a little bit about yourself and a little background on your company, and we'll get started.
Oh, thanks, Robert. Good morning. My name is Justin Abar. I am a sales rep, vice president of sales at Smart Leads. I've been at this for a couple of years now, developing a different strategy, a different way to put the agent in front of interested clientele. We all know what a lead is, and most of them are junk. So we have worked with tons and tons of agents coming up with a better, more effective strategy to actually turn a lead into a positive thing. That's what we strive the most on, whether it's coming up with a new way to get you in the door, a new presentation, or just a new relationship, designing new mailers, field testing, things like that, until we came up with a product that we believe works. It's not only coming up with results to get people to respond to what we're doing, but also helping advisors, increase their overall premium.
That's good. Hey, Justin, I definitely appreciate that information and a little background on your company and what you guys do. I'm going to ask that you just speak up just a slightly bit louder as we go through this, but I will let you take it from. Let me introduce this group, because this really is kind of the introduction, and then I'll let you take it from here. But who is Smart Leads? Personalized preset appointment provider, direct mail marketing with an in-house business center. And one of the things I do want to say is that Smart Leads they do their own printing in-house, and they really have control of the process. 16,000 inbound calls per month. Justin's going to elaborate on that. Thousands of appointments each month, and focus on really our business, annuities, its first 401ks, IRAs, life insurance arena, all the things that we do here. And I really want him to elaborate a little bit on the quality control and confirmation and how they do that. Anything else as far as, and this is kind of the overview, Justin, that I may have missed here?
No, I mean that is in a nutshell. With the exception of the fine tuning, that is what we are. We are a marketing company. We are a printing company, and we are also a mail house. Not only do we design new things, but we can also recreate existing mailers, flyers, things like that. Why it's so important that we let people know that we do actually take 16,000 calls a month on top of the tens and tens of thousands of mailers that we send out with our phone number on it. We are constantly building our database with not only people that we know have existing assets, but also do not reply back to us. We keep tallies of who we have mailed to and who we have not, who has responded and who has not. That is why this is so important, to let people know what we do and the volume that we do it. We also have an in-house call center that has weekly training, are always up to everything from new friendly tactics on how to receive a phone call to how to convert that phone call into something useful for an agent, whether it is a preset appointment or it's just a qualified lead. And one of the things that we do is a preset appointment. We can generate an appointment to be in the caller's home or in your office, depending on what exactly you're looking for. What type of client are you looking for? What is your marketing budget? How busy do you want to be? Once we figure those things out, we're going to mail postcards out to designated areas and then field those calls. And then what we're going to do is we're going to ask them to verify their information, all of their information, including their telephone number. We're going to ask them if they would like to confirm an email address. And then once they verify all their information, we are going to then ask them if they are currently receiving statements on various types of products. As mentioned on this slide, the investment side of things, annuities, 401k rollovers, IRAs, things like that.
That's awesome. Why don't you I'll let you go ahead and go through this, and then I'll just jump in when I need to. The screening process, I tell you what, I really enjoy, talking to you even about this process, because this is something that, I've not seen throughout the industry. I think you guys really have mapped this out really well, and it makes a big difference on the rates that you get.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We know that there's a lot of companies out there that do what we do, so we always have to stay a step above. And yes, we can design a new mailer, but eventually that mailer, chances are, it's going to get burned out. And we're going to have to come up with something new. But one thing that always has and always will separate us is our call center and what they do and how they do it. Now, I just expressed, that we do, have weekly training with them so they can always stay on top of things. But how they treat that caller, they are very well at not only being friendly, that we all know that we need to be, friendly, we need to be kind to keep that person on the phone, to keep that sale going, ideally, but we're going to ask them to confirm this information in not a, hey, give me your information. It's a nice friendly phone call where we're going to confirm their date of birth so that we know that an agent isn't going to have to take a chance with trying to, roll over a product or even sign a product with somebody that's 86 and get in trouble. Like, I'm sure we all heard the story. But just to make sure that there's going to be an age bracket that somebody can do something with. And as we're talking to these people and we're documenting these notes, what type of investments do they have? How often are they receiving their statements? Things like that, all valuable information that can give, the agent just a little bit more insight on this lead that is slowly transpiring into an appointment. When we ask these people if they are receiving statements, and they are, after they verified their information, we are going to then ask them if they would like to meet with a licensed independent agent in their area for a free service review based on the product that we just uncovered the statement for. If they ask what that means, it's to make sure that everything is up to date, that they are receiving the most benefits possible. If they do agree to meet with the agent, then we would have actually set you up with an online calendar. You edit your own availability, and then the call center books that appointment for you at the dates and times that you are available. When they do book an appointment, you are going to get all the information that was received off of that phone call. So you're going to get all that verification information, their name, their address, their telephone number, their email address, and then you're also going to receive the notes that the call center took on that call, as well as the recording of the conversation that took place. The reason that we provide that is so that, one, us and the agent will always have a reference. We can discuss that. Plus, we want to be able to give you every opportunity that you can to learn more about the sale that ideally, is going to be taking place. You're going to be able to hear it straight out of the caller's mouth that they are receiving statements and that they do agree to meet with you at the specified date and time. That's huge. That is huge. I'm sure everybody knows lots of stories where somebody says, "Hey, you got an appointment," and then where are you at? You're knocking on a door somewhere. Nobody has any idea. They're going to tell you that they didn't even, respond to anything. They have no idea what this is all about. So what's nice is you will be able to hear exactly what this phone call is all about. And if there's any questions, listen to that recording. If you feel that you need to make a confirmation call to introduce yourself or just to make sure, then by all means, do it. A lot of times you're going to hear the enthusiasm in the caller's voice that, okay, yeah, I will absolutely be there. And one thing that the call center is very, very good at is double confirming during the call of the time and date and the agent that is meeting with them. And that's and again, that is the one thing that we pride ourselves in the most is the use of our call center, Robert.
Yeah, I took time to listen to some of those recordings, and I was very impressed. I mean, I will say this: I was definitely impressed with what I was hearing, and it's really cool because the advisor gets that opportunity to listen and to really understand how that appointment was closed, and let's continue on sort of with that process of what it is that you do as far as you have in-home or office and so on and so forth, and just kind of walk through this a bit.
Okay. Again, preset appointments. You will decide before anything happens where you want your appointment to be. We don't have an option. It's either one or the other. We're either going to set you up with an in-home campaign or an in-office campaign. There's a little bit of a pricing structure. It's not a night and day deal, but there is a little bit of a price change there. And where is the agent going to feel more comfortable with? A lot of people are used to the in-home, and that's what they want to stick with. A lot of agents feel comfortable being in their office. So by all means, choose the program that you are going to feel not only most comfortable with, but also fits your marketing budget, as well. How busy do you want to be? If you want to really play the numbers game, you are going to receive lots of activity off of an in-home appointment program. There's less activity with an in-office. A couple of days during the week. Realistically, 2 or 3 appointments, per week to come into your office, as opposed to around 5 or 6 a week, through the in-home. However, the client is coming directly to your office. So decide on what you, where exactly you want to, focus your attention on. Also, every area of the country gets a different response rate. It gets a different conversion ratio, and what that means is if we send out, 5,000 pieces, how many people are going to respond to us? How many of those people that respond are we going to be able to convert into an appointment? So every area of the country works a little different. Demographics are different. I'm sure that a lot of you know that if you've moved from one area to the other, sometimes it's tougher, sometimes it's easier. We have all of that information, and we can give you a very realistic expectation on what to expect given the certain area of the country that you are in. And keep one thing in mind. We have taken a lot of time, and quite frankly, a lot of years, to develop this strategy. And that's exactly what we have, Robert. We have a strategy. We have the ability to put an agent in front of somebody that has an asset, who is willing to talk to an agent. However, all it is a more qualified lead. There is a huge, huge difference between a preset appointment and a preset sale. Once we get you to the appointment, it is up to It's up to the agent to do what they do, and ideally what they do best. No sale has ever happened in the history of sales because the salesman wasn't friendly. They didn't sell themselves before they sold a product. Get to know those people. Talk about the pictures on the wall. Find out what's important to them. Yes, we are uncovering one statement that's going to give the agent the common ground that they need to have that appointment, just like you would a referral. You know that, Bob, your agent, or excuse me, Bob, your client has a friend, and you know that he wants to talk to you. There's your common ground. Our common ground is the statement. Once you're in the home, you make that friend. Ideally, after you've done your fact finder, you're walking out of that home with more than one statement, no matter what it is, ideally all of them. You are not only there to review that one product, there's nothing that we can do with these people, and then just leave. No, this is an opportunity.
Definitely an opportunity, and it definitely is a strategy. We've got some special packages, and there again, the marketers here have more details on some of these packages and how they will work. But I'll let you go through the pricing that we've managed to work out with you, and we'll go from there.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure that all of you that are listening are waiting until we get to that point. This pricing has been designed and agreed upon between us, Smart Leads, and SAG, something that fits both of our expectations and what we need. We do not normally guarantee appointments. We do twice a year, as far as a special promotion goes, with the exception of those 2 months. For the entire year, we do not offer guaranteed appointments, number one. And when we do guarantee appointments, the price is a lot higher than what the SAG deal is going to be. Now, keep one thing in mind. Everybody likes a guarantee. We know that. That's why we offer this, through SAG. When we have a guaranteed program, once we hit our desired number, 10, 15, 20, 30, whatever it happens to be, once we hit our number, we are done. Now, if you notice, 5,000 mailers, we are going to average between 26 and 28 appointments. That's based on our national average, between a 3 and a 4% response rate and between a 12 and 15% conversion ratio, converting those responses into an appointment. Now, if you send out, 5,000 mailers, you have an opportunity to get more. That's the difference between just a mail package and a guarantee. So you are just either purchasing an appointment or you are purchasing a mail package. That's really it, in a nutshell, Robert. One thing, though, that is very important to know here when we are talking about mail or appointments, and I think that some of this is actually going to come a little bit later, but I'd like to touch on it, is when people call in, not everybody is going to make an appointment. They're not going to set an appointment for whatever reason, whether they just wasn't good timing, whether they were just like, no, I was just curious, I wanted to see what this was all about. Your preset appointment campaign is not just about an appointment. It's about every opportunity that goes along with it. Meaning, those people that call in, verify their information, say that they are receiving a statement, they just don't set an appointment. What do we do with that? We just set it as a lead. So a lead is somebody who has a statement, who we have spoken with directly, and those are attached to your program at no additional cost. So keep in mind that your appointment program is going to yield appointments and leads on top of it, for whatever the price is going to be.
And that's important, and I want to make sure everybody understands that. So on the program that is the guaranteed program, if we get a guaranteed of 10 appointments, and there are some people that don't book the appointments, but they're still a qualified lead, you will get them as a qualified lead and be able to offer a drip campaign to those folks to keep in touch with them and so on and so forth. So it really garners even more than the numbers, and the same thing applies to the non-guaranteed the package. Anything that's a lead, you get them. So if they're a qualified lead, they're a qualified lead, and you'll get that. And there again, we do have special pricing for the guaranteed appointment packages, and you'll need to call in and talk to your marketer to get those particular numbers. And we have a lot more here to share with you, because I think it's important to understand sort of the what's included in this pricing, and because there is a lot of value here.
Oh, absolutely, there is. We take what we do for granted, and I know, Robert, you feel the same way. We can speak all day long on what we do, but it's a lot more complicated. So we don't realize necessarily that it is so complicated, and what all that you get. There are a lot of marketing companies out there that they'll give you a fee, but then they charge you for anything additional. We do not. Whatever your price is, whatever you pay, is what it is out the door. There's no hidden fees. There's no hidden surcharges. If we wind up booking you more appointments on a guaranteed program, we're not going to charge you for it. It is everything out the door, and what that's going to include is your postage, your printing, your mailing, the use of our call center, who is paid hourly, not based on commission, so there is no incentive to just book an appointment, plus the technical department. We're going to make sure that everything is always up and running. At the end of every day that we take calls and book appointments and set leads, you are going to actually receive an email that tells you that. It's going to say, we took 10 calls, scheduled 2 appointments, set 7 leads. You're going to receive that at the end of every day that we generated, something. One thing that we do offer, and Smart Leads and SAG are working on something, together to reach all the leads that are generated on top of that. What we offer as of right now is a paid postage reply mailer. And however many leads are generated off of your campaign is how many reply cards you are going to receive at no additional cost. And what that's designed to do is basically to generate you more activity. So if we, were to receive, 30 leads on a campaign, you're going to get 30 paid replied postage cards to come back to your office, and then ideally turn that cold lead into something hot is basically what that's designed to do. So all of this is included, including training to not only how to use our system, but anything that we have worked directly with agents to make the program easier, help you turn an appointment into a sale. That is all yours. Again, at no additional cost.
You're absolutely right. And I have to say this, timing is everything. So, and we work with advisors on really implementing these programs at the right time. And we've talked about this before, that there's a 3-week turnaround between the time of the receipt of your payment to scheduling the first appointment. And territories are held for 72 hours without special exceptions. Why don't you talk a little bit more about this timing, because it's critical to really understand when you want to do this, because it only takes about 3 to 4 weeks before you're actually seeing people.
Exactly. And we are located in Ohio. Okay, so generally it's a 2.5 to a 3.5 week turnaround. So anybody the closer you are to Ohio, the closer you are to the 2.5. So then the opposite of that, the farther away you are, the closer you are to 3.5 weeks. That is from the time that we receive your payment and your paperwork until the time that you are going to be sitting down on your first appointment. This time of year, we are going to, well, I'm sure all of you realize it. If you didn't, here's your wake-up call. We are quickly approaching the holidays. And one of the reasons why we are trying to get this thing up and rolling right now is because we can fill your calendar without having to worry about the holidays. Now, there is no bad time to market because everybody has a different schedule. Everybody has different hobbies. However, we're going to lose a week of marketing because of Thanksgiving. It happens. We're not gonna, we're not gonna waste anybody's marketing money and mail on a week that people aren't going to be interested anyway. And the same thing goes with, Christmas and New Year's. So if people want to get something going and you're thinking about it, now is the time to really get this thing going. You're going to learn the product. You're going to learn the strategy. SAG is going to help you with all the fine tuning, and then ideally everything goes well, and then you can start off the, the first quarter, just ready to hit the ground.
Well, this looks like a really complicated diagram. I know it isn't, but if you could just kind of briefly cover this process, because I think it's important to understand how the whole process works.
Okay, and this basically sums up everything that I just happened to say about our preset appointment program. We're gonna agree on a territory. We're gonna agree on amount of mailers and or appointments that we want to send out. Once we send those out, we are going to receive those phone calls. And again, in-house call center. We're going to pre-screen them, verify information, ask them if they are receiving statements, and then one of two things is going to happen. Either they are going to set an appointment at the date and time that the agent specifies, or they're not going to set the appointment, and then that just becomes a lead. Both of those have documented notes. Appointments have a recording of the conversation. Leads do not have a recording, with the exception of a lead that requests a phone call from the agent. So this way the agent will not have to be concerned about that lead. You will be able to hear it straight out of their mouth that they are requesting a phone call. But that's basically it. We're going to receive mail. We're going to send out mail. We're going to receive phone calls, and then we're going to qualify them. And then we are going to generate one of two things, either an appointment or a lead. The flow chart looks a lot more complicated than it really is.
It is. It definitely looks pretty intimidating, but it definitely works. But we get into the follow-up, which I'll touch on this. But email drip is definitely where we sort of take off from there. Multiple touches. I mean, literally, when you get these leads, you have an opportunity to really stay in touch with them. It helps really modify that behavior. There's a 3 to 4 month average sales cycle on some of these. But if you keep in touch with them, it's amazing to see some down the line where a client, they will buy when they're ready to buy. But if you are the person that they're in contact with and you're sending out valid information, it makes all the difference in the world. And sometimes it can go a long time. We've actually had very large cases come in 6 months, year, somewhere down the line. But it's a process, and it'll help you start writing business today. And as you are seeing people down the line, you can always continue to keep in touch with them through drip campaigns. Basically, what you have is, of course, a database full of clients and prospects. Everybody's got that. CRM or similar system to organize those prospects and emails. An organizer, a person to schedule the email drips. All of this really works together, and this is how we get the nurturing the behavior to move forward and really keep the clients engaged, modifying their behavior so that they become ready to buy. They're listening. They understand what's going on. They understand that you are building a relationship with them. You're sharing information with them. You are the expert, and we provide all of this information for you at Senior Advisory Group. We have all of the content ready to go. We can brand that content to you, and there again, call to actions fulfilled. Typically a webinar. Moving forward, where you're starting to drip on them and then you move them right forward, inviting them to a webinar similar to the one that you're on right now. But the goal is, behavior modification. What we say is frequency is to see it. They have to see it. They've got to feel it. Then they take action. And we provide all that content, which I will share some of that with you here shortly. Definitely channel bridging, emails, webinars, call-in, face-to-face meetings. All of this is integrated with the process, to bring them forward so that you are writing business. That's the ultimate goal. So just because you get an appointment, they may not buy today, but the key is to integrate them into your drip campaign and webinars so that you can get that additional face-to-face meeting moving forward to close business. I'm going to move on. So some of the things that we provide and what you'll need and we work with you on is this. We provide, of course, a lot of content. I mean, a ton of content. All the content that you need, we can provide for you. Organization, helping you get organized. The email drip service, we can help you get set up with the Constant Contact, Email Brain, NetAtlantic. There's a lot of them that are out there. Webinar service, we use GoToMeeting, but there's others that are out there. But the main thing is practicing. It's interesting it's really good to see that a lot of advisors are kind of upgrading their technology and they're understanding the importance of putting those emails into a system where you can drip on them on a constant basis, where you can automatically, just by pushing a button, invite them to a webinar. And, of course, we can even help you set up the content for your webinar. What is the drip procedure that we recommend? We recommend 1 drip per week, 1 drip per day. Each drip is different from each month. We also recommend a newsletter the first week, and then also a webinar invite the second week, pertinent article or anything that is carrier approved the third week. A holiday mailer is always an option when there's a holiday, and there's typically one going on every month. And we help you set these things up. And this is kind of what a calendar would look like. There it is. There's a newsletter you might have on 1 week. There's another information, just something that's really related to what's going on in another week. There again, there's an invite to a webinar, that type of thing, on the third week. And any other things that might be relevant to that particular client, you continue to drip on them with content. It could be, you have to know things like their birthdays, their anniversary. These are things that will help you build those client relationships that will lead to more business. And we help you set up emailers, PDFs, PowerPoint, all of that and more we provide here that's carrier approved at Senior Advisory Group. Process, there's some tips here. Email drip concept, frequency, we call it channel bridging because of the different types of channels that might be out there. You may have to mail some of this out. Some of this is going to be done by telephone. Some of it's going to be done by, there again, webinars. Goal is to answer the call to action, bringing them forward, always moving the client forward, the prospect forward. Technology needs. We can help you get set up with the email drip software, our CRM. Webinar software, we know them all, understand them all, and definitely want to help you get brought up to date with some of the new things that are going on in that arena. Scheduling. You can do basic theme or frequent requirements. The key, the interesting thing about some of the software that's out there, one of the things that we want to help you do is definitely help you maintain that brand. And one of the things we say is avoid Sunday mornings and out of town and holidays. So organization and timing is definitely paramount. But the bottom line is this, is that there's an opportunity to work directly with us. We have the special offer, special pricing. We have something that we've exclusively worked out with Smart Leads. The 800-256-1696 number is our number. You need to talk to your marketer about the Smart Leads program. If you call Justin and attempt to talk to him about a program, he's going to say, hey, you know what? You've got to call Senior Advisory Group in order to, he's going to make sure you're contracted with us because this is an exclusive offer that he has with us. Justin, any closing comments?
No. I think we pretty much summed it all up, in a nutshell, Robert. If you are interested to see what the fine tuning really is all about, our website is smartleads.co, not .com, .co. You can learn a little bit more about it, but the offer is only good through SAG. But we will be more than happy to fill you in on what wasn't covered here, and I know that me and Robert are very anxious to help agents see some new clientele.
Well, I definitely appreciate you joining us, Justin. I know it's right probably around your lunchtime right now. I want to there again thank everyone for being on the call today. Call your marketers; they are here for you. Give me a call. I definitely know quite a bit about this program. If you can't reach your marketer today, I'd love to talk to you too. So definitely the Smart Lead program. Both they have the guaranteed appointments in office or in home. In addition to that, they have all sorts of preset programs. So what we want to do is we want to answer any questions that you have. Thank you very much. Hopefully your team will win this Sunday and Monday night. And look forward to talking to you all soon. Take care and have a great weekend.